In the shimmering world of reality TV, where every flip seems like a fortune and every deal a gold mine, it's easy to get caught up in the glitz. But what happens when the cameras stop rolling and the promises crash harder than a poorly staged house? Today, we're diving deep into how reality TV fuels real estate scams. Just like the infamous Bernie Madoff scandal. But this time, the stage is set in the booming market of homes and properties.
A former HGTV star and house flipper from Los Gatos has been sentenced to 4 years in county jail. On Tuesday, Charles Todd Hill, star of the show Flip It to Win It, was also ordered to pay close to $10 million for real estate and financial fraud. Prosecutor Juan Tran said Hill's scams, including a Ponzi scheme, impacted 18 homes in Silicon Valley.
Imagine this. Charismatic hosts on popular TV shows promise you the secrets to making millions in real estate with little to no effort. Sounds tempting, right? But here's the catch. These aren't just empty promises. They are bait for a much darker trap. Take, for instance, a recent case in Chicago where families were targeted in home-flipping Ponzi schemes. These schemes often start with seminars or online courses promising insider knowledge and foolproof investment strategies. But instead of leading to wealth, investors find themselves in a financial sinkhole with their money lining the pockets of the scheme's orchestrators.
If you're interested in actually learning how to flip homes.
In late 2020, Amira Hadid signed up for a home flipping boot camp offered by real estate company iFlip Chicago.
iFlip Chicago boot camps is 100% hands-on.
This is something that my mom always wanted to do, and I'm a fan of HGTV.
Yeah, and it's your own cousin.
Yeah, and who can't trust family?
My name is Ramo Bay, and it's my wife,
Michelle Nicole Bay.
That's Amira's cousin, Michelle Bay. She and her husband, Ramo Bay, run iFlip Chicago. In addition to boot camps, the company offers joint venture partnerships to first-time investors who want to flip a home.
There were a lot of people who had successfully done flips with him.
Tatiana Barnett is a realtor and iFlip boot camp graduate. Both she and Amira say after the boot camp, they were recruited into iFlip's joint venture program. It was supposed to work like this. Participants would have to provide some upfront capital. iFlip would find the property, provide access to the lender, and oversee the renovation. Then iFlip would sell the home for you and take 30% of the total profit.
You don't have to worry about any of this stuff because they have all of these relationships.
To get financing through iFlip's preferred lender, Ramo Bay told the women his name had to be on their loan.
Being in real estate, it's not something that's unheard of if you don't have a track record of doing, fix and flips with lenders.
At closing, each woman hired iFlip's preferred real estate attorney, Alex Ranja, to represent them. But Tatiana says Ranja never showed up at her closing. They didn't know it yet, but in hindsight, this is where they say things went terribly wrong. Buried in the hundreds of pages of documents they signed during closing were 4 sentences in the loan agreement that put them on the hook for Ramo Bay's debts. It was part of a cross-default and collateralization clause that meant if Ramo went delinquent on any of his own loans, the lender would charge what Ramo owed to the loans he held with other iFlip participants, like Amira and Tatiana.
And Ramo had several past due balances.
The women's loan documents show they were charged thousands in cross-interest fees, all transferred from Ramo's delinquent loans.
This was never about flipping property. This was about taking loans out to pay a debt. That didn't belong to us.
The loans then went on to fail. They were never written to succeed. They were predatory loans.
Now lawsuits recently filed by both women say iFlip lured them into a real estate investment Ponzi scheme, and the lender and real estate attorney were in on it.
So instead of you getting the money to pay the contractors and renovate the home, what was happening with it?
We have no idea where the money is.
How much are we talking about here?
I have lost $169,000. I'm sorry.
We are at risk of losing over $200,000.
Our desire was to elevate the Black community, rebuild and redevelop our neighborhoods.
And the Woodlawn community Ramo and Michelle claimed they wanted to revitalize now has 2 more vacant and decaying homes dotting its landscape.
So this property has been this way since 2022.
Sandra Robinson lives next to the home Amira was never able to finish renovating.
It's an eyesore. I hope something gets to be done.
It's disgusting that this is 2 years later and we have no answer. We have more questions than answers.
We found at least 7 iFlip investment properties, including Tatiana's, are currently in foreclosure. In an email, Ramo Bey tells us he and his clients were a victim of predatory lending, and the cross-collateralization policy was never disclosed or explained to him at closing. He says he will go after the lender who caused all this damage. Alex Ranja's attorney tells me they will be filing a motion to dismiss the case. Ramo is still holding real estate investment seminars on Facebook and encouraging church groups to invest.
And it doesn't stop at seminars. Some TV personalities have been implicated in endorsing or even participating in these schemes, adding an aura of legitimacy that can deceive even the savviest investors. You may remember the ongoing viral details how a renowned DJ got embroiled in a real estate Ponzi scheme, misleading hundreds of eager followers. This case spotlighted how in today's world, everyone desires to build generational wealth and attain financial success. This goal is widely sought after, with numerous individuals providing advice and strategies to aid in achieving it. However, not everyone can be trusted. The FBI has had to step in on multiple occasions, cracking down on alleged real estate Ponzi operations that promised high returns on luxury property investments in places like Orange County.
FBI agents descending on 2 Orange County homes this morning, searching for evidence in what we're being told is an investigation into an investment scheme that has cost dozens of people millions of dollars.
The glamour of high-end real estate, coupled with persuasive pitches, often leads investors to overlook the red flags.
The point was to purchase the home and remodel them and sell them for a profit. He would take the money that was given to remodel the home and spend it on luxury cars, vacations, partying, as he has stated. And then in order to account for that, he would label it as construction costs.
Victims were left with either unfinished homes or barely finished homes to finish themselves.
Further north in Secaucus, New Jersey, an elaborate Ponzi scheme involving the National Realty Investment Advisors, or NRIA, came to light. The scheme promised substantial returns on real estate investments, but was nothing more than a house of cards ready to collapse at the slightest touch. How do we protect ourselves from falling victim to these glamorous scams? First, skepticism is your best friend. Question everything. Second, always do thorough due diligence. Check every claim, every testimonial, every so-called guarantee. And lastly, remember the old adage, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. The allure of quick and easy money, especially when endorsed by familiar faces, can be strong. But remember, in the real world of real estate, just like in reality TV, not everything is as it seems. Always look beyond the surface glitter and dig deep, because when it comes down to your hard-earned money, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Until next time, keep a sharp eye and invest wisely.